So in the early pre-human human era, there were three different species living together: the human, Homo sapien, the Sophia,s and the Neanderthals. And so they lived at similar time periods and they lived together. Now, that being said, they reproduced, so they mixed their DNA, so we know that we have some of this DNA in us. That's all scientific fact. That's not guesswork. So there's two others that lived near the same time, but they were what's called before the 50,000 year barrier. So DNA can be searched back to just 50,000 years, and then it's really kind of guesswork. And so then they look at bones, they look at where the bones are in the dirt, and some things are very off by that idea. It's really kind of a backwards thing. And sometimes they try and prove the date by using the dirt, and the dirt by using the date. So that's really kind of a lot of magical thinking. But there's two other species that are close. And when you ask, well, why are they considered human? Because they were 3 foot shorter. The average human's in the 5 foot range, and these creatures were in the 3 foot range. And they said because of their skeleton structure, but they had curled toes, so they weren't quite human. But they were before the DNA, the DNA marker. They were before the 50,000 years. In fact, quite a bit before. So I don't know if we'd even bring those two into the family line. So there's three that are specifically humanoid. Now, this can work for evolution, and it can work for intelligent design, in the sense that it could be that they just started some pilot humanoids and then mixed them together and saw what happened, or there's distinct DNA in each one that was important for the Homo sapien to flourish, and so that's another possibility. But the science fact is there were three that lived at the same time, similar time periods, similar places, and they interbred. And that's kind of interesting when you think of why would that happen if it was evolution. Why would there be three? Why would they interbreed? Now, they're close enough genetically to interbreed, which means their DNA, you can't reproduce with other animal species. You have to be the same species to have a humanoid come out. So you can't have sex with a fish and have a crossbreed come out. They have to be the same genetic line. So that's interesting that there are genetic line, but they're remarkably different.